Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Thailand. Today we will talk about why being a stressed out motherfucker makes you repulsive to not only women, but to more abundance and to more opportunities and to more friends in life. Oh my god, I forgot to change this again, guys. Oh my god, I keep forgetting. But in this video, we will talk about things that cause stress, why stress makes you repulsive biologically. I'll talk about like women, psychology, and everything in that. Why you will always fuck up when overthinking, and how to finally relax and become calmer. That will be your actionable task for the day that you can literally implement and change your day for the better. I got this technique from Dr. Joe Dispenza, which this is a book I really recommend, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, as well as, if I can find it, Becoming Supernatural, also by Dr. Joe Dispenza, as well as I think this is the entry, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This is a godsend of a book. These three books are incredible. Highly recommend them. Honestly, they're one of my favorites. But so I wasn't going to start this video with a story, but I will. If you're not interested, just skip ahead. But essentially, there was this beautiful, drop dead gorgeous woman that I was working with for the last year, for the like 6-8 months. She's Asian, tall, she's a model, exactly my type, just beautiful, right? And so a couple months down the line of us working together, I actually showed a bit of interest and I said, hey, let's go out on a date and let's get to know each other. And every time we had a shift together, I was always anxious, stressed, and just overthinking. I was shaking, dude. Literally every time she would show up to shift, my hands would shake, I would start sweating, I'd start acting like a little bit of a monkey, doing random things and my eyes going over the place. I just couldn't relax. I was tensing my shoulders, I would go red, I couldn't hold eye contact. I felt so fucking threatened in front of this woman. And all the thoughts in my mind were going through, what should we talk about? I wonder what I can say to her that would make her attracted to me, and what conversations would be interesting. How can I get her to laugh? How can I get her to talk to me? Why isn't she looking at me? I wonder if she noticed this. I wonder if she noticed that. I want to look at her and make eye contact. Why isn't she holding eye contact? And, long story short, we went on 2 or 3 dates. On the third date, I leaned in for a kiss. We kissed, and then after that, she told me she didn't want to see me. And I looked back and I was like, holy fuck, man. I was just this monkey. I was this traumatized little baby in the body of a man, a 23-year-old man, and I couldn't handle it. I was threatened. I was so scared. So I don't want you to go through the same shit. The reason I went through this is because I was in my head. I forgot about these fucking key concepts of, just life, man, honestly. So that's what we're going to talk about. But let's start with why stress makes you repulsive biologically. So you stress because most of the time, things outside of you happen and cause you to react negatively to them. For example, girl you were going good with, my exact example and story, girl you were going good with suddenly starts acting colty and stops responding. Now, during this whole thing, she says something and you immediately go into overthinking mode. You start stressing. When you're easily affected by things like this and therefore become stressed by them, it signals to the woman on a biological and psychological level that you are not capable of providing for and keeping both her and her children safe or ensuring their prosperity. At the base level, and in the past, before globalization, before women's rights and everything, women were looking for safety. That was the minimum thing that needed to be provided. In today's world, with any man, that need is pretty much fulfilled at the basic level. Every man has a decent job. Every man and woman can pretty much provide safety for themselves. Now, biologically, women are looking for prosperity, not just safety. They're not just looking for a man that provides. They're looking for a man who can allow them to prosper, who will take them to the next level emotionally and financially and resource-wise. They are looking for the man that can just take them on an incredible experience and make them feel so many things for both them and their children. This is why men who can provide but don't deal with their overthinking, anxiety, and stress will usually struggle in dating. Essentially, simply to say, men who have money, who look decent, who do this, but aren't confident, will still struggle with dating. So yeah, looks, they do matter. These things, they do matter. But at the deep core, like biological thing, it's really confidence. So why? Why is it confidence? Why is it that when you feel stressed, women think you're a pussy or something? Simple. And you cannot hate them, guys. I just want to say this. I love women. I love women. And I do not want to make this channel simply about women or for your desire to get women, or I don't even want to bash women and talk about tactics and stuff. Because honestly, there are many people that do that. But this is simple biological facts. This is just how women think. This is how they are wired biologically, and I love that. Because if we know this, then we have an advantage over other men, don't we? Again, remember, in today's world, with any man, the basic need is fulfilled. They are looking for this. If you and I know this, we can provide that to them. But the whole reason why stress makes you repulsive biologically is simply due to the fact that women see you stressed out, and they see you stress about like such unnecessary things. And biologically, they think to themselves, if he is so easily affected by me not messaging him quickly enough, how is the world going to treat him? How is he going to react when his boss fires him? How's he going to react when he's 100K in debt? Right? Is he going to beat me? Is he going to go and become a criminal? Is he going to hurt somebody? Is he going to start stealing? Is he going to thrash out and suddenly become an alcoholic? What is he going to do when the world just throws him up and picks him on the floor? How is he going to react? If this guy so easily folds and starts crying and becomes so stressed simply because I look beautiful, well, what's the world going to do with him? What if another man approaches me and starts to fight him? Is he going to be able to protect me, let alone himself? That's what she thinks biologically, guys. And this is why when you're stressed out, when you're not confident, when you're anxious and in your mind, it is so so repulsive to women because they don't see you as a capable provider. But not only that, they don't even see you capable of getting them to the next level. And that's what they want. Again, not for selfish, for selfish reasons, because it's for them and their children. They just want to live. They want to survive. They biologically, even though a woman might say, oh, I'm not looking for kids, biologically, all her actions related to sleeping with you or being attracted to you are fueled by the end result of having children and making sure that child is safe and prosperous, ideally prosperous. So here are the things that cause stress. Biological aspect, we're talking about shit diet, lack of exercise, these kind of things. In the lifestyle aspect, we're talking about a stressful job, toxic relationships, lack of love, lack of connection, not being able to have sex enough, no friends. Mentally, you might be overthinking, anxiety, overstimulation, dopamine deprivation. Desire, you're not getting what you desire in life, whether that's freedom, status, money, love, competition, conquest, domination. Status, people doing better than you hurts your place in society, right? Guys who are getting girls and not you. Fuck, yeah, man. That fucking hurts, bro. Spiritual aspects. Both you, your soul, and hell. Your soul's soul and his soul's soul and his soul knows deep down inside there is something wrong. There is this fucking trauma. There is a reason why we keep getting anxious and it keeps producing the same fucking results over and over again. What is that? All of these things, if undealt with, small, day-by-day stresses. Yeah, you know how we talked about women become repulsed by that? Guess what? All of this shit, unchecked for 10, 20, 15 years, just randomly leads to cancer at 37. That's how people just randomly, when they get fired from their job, just fucking have a heart attack. Or they just collapse and they fucking, get cancer or something. It's called a death by 1,000 cuts. It's all of these small things that you've just been bottling up and not facing. That's not only literally repulsing women away from you and opportunities and friends. Come on, guys. You're not only just, lonely and deprived of sex. You probably don't even have friends. And you don't know why. It's because we are repulsing them. This is why. These small stresses that just repulses people. Why is it that you always fuck up when overthinking? Why? This is the crux of the information. This is usually because of deep-rooted trauma where something terrible happened in your life and you question your own self-value. Going out and being a bit vulnerable here, for me, this was, as a child, my father physically abusing me and not showing direct, unconditional love caused a need to please everyone around me and to show a crafted image, a fake self of me that people would like and therefore not abuse, and so that I could be safe. So I'll just explain it a bit more. Essentially, I would only be praised when I did something good. I wouldn't be praised just for my existence. And on top of that, when I did something bad, I would be punished. I'd be beat up, like abused. And so what that meant for me is, for me to feel worthy, I needed to do something to please people. So for my dad, I would go to university and I would do good in school and I would do things to make him proud, and I would be quiet and I wouldn't talk my mind because that would mean that I would be praised. In high school, I would agree with people. I wouldn't say anything. I would be exactly who they wanted me to be. I'd, go into their jokes. I wouldn't want to feel left out. Why? So that I can feel safe and please them so that I don't become abused. Bit dark, I know. Because of this trauma, you question every little thing in your life and try to change yourself to best suit that situation. Again, changing your personality for a girl, again, my story, until your real self can't wait to come out anymore, 3 months into the relationship. My first relationship lasted for 8 months, and this is exactly what happened. 6 months in, I just started questioning who I was, and I couldn't handle it anymore. I went like a little bit depressed, and I just broke up with her. Bit dark. I know this is tough, but this is the brutal truth. Most YouTubers will mask confidence behind looks maxing and bone smashing and fucking style and body language, but truly it's all your psychology. If you were to fix your beliefs and identity, if you changed how you saw yourself, you were shredded. Now every morning you looked in the mirror, you saw a shredded physique, and that created positive thoughts. That created thoughts of like, fuck yeah, I look good. And then on top of that, you had impeccable style, and you were healthy as fuck, and you were a very interesting man because you learnt a few languages and you can do calisthenics and play music and do this, and you're a well-rounded man. How would your whole identity change? How would you change as a person? Wouldn't you start attracting more people? Wouldn't how you see yourself, how you keep questioning yourself, I'm not enough, wouldn't that change when we fix your belief system, when we fix your identity, when we fix how you see yourself, when we build an aesthetic fucking physique, when we get you healthy, when we build the habits, the discipline, the mindset, when we do all of this, wouldn't you stop having these thoughts? Then if you stopped having these thoughts, wouldn't you stop producing the same results in life? And if you stopped producing the same results in life, wouldn't you finally get to experience your core desires and the things that you want in life, which is more women, more attractive women. You want to be as confident as you can. You want to be able to look in the mirror and be proud of who you're looking into. You want to have pride in your body. You want to be able to go and walk on the beach shirtless, looking fucking good, and smile. You want to be able to hold eye contact with people, with beautiful people, because you know you are on their level, maybe even fucking better. And I can help you get there. One-to-one coaching, or you can join the free community. Check the links in the description if you're interested and if you're fucking serious, man. Because I'm telling you, I've had a few experiences in my life where I've experienced that. I've experienced the repulsiveness, and I've also experienced attraction. I have attracted things effortlessly into my life many times. I'll tell you one story. Just a random story. I'll relate it to women somehow. Let me just think. Okay, I was in Thailand 2023. I was living my dream life, boys. On a tropical island in a tropical country, fucking riding my scooter daily, shirtless, eating good food, and I was living my dream job. I was the manager of a yoga studio on a farm, completely natural. And I remember one day I'm in my dorm feeling amazing, and I walk outside the door. I'm looking down. I open the door and I look up and I make eye contact with this beautiful, tall, brunette woman, and her and I lock eye contact. And then immediately from that moment, because I'm feeling so fucking good and calm, We spark it off, we hit it off, I show her around, and then a few days in, literally I think 2 days in, I ask her, hey, come upstairs, I'll give you a massage. Her and we go upstairs into the yoga studio, and one thing leads to another. I fuck her, she gives me an amazing blowjob, and we have sex, and then one thing leads to another. We end up living this way for 2 months. Simply because I was in the right moment at the right time. I was feeling incredible. I didn't repulse her. I attracted her effortlessly into my life. I was feeling so relaxed and confident. And here we go. That's what happened. And to be honest with you, I've fallen off a little bit over the past few years. I've been really stressed about my life, the fact that I'm getting old and I'm still working a shit job and whatnot. And I've forgotten this. I've fallen off this whole thing. So now me, in my own life, I'm taking step-by-step action every day to reduce my stress, to really align with that dream self, to become my ideal self. So in the next slide, I'm going to show you exactly what I do to get to that point. This is how you're going to relax and become calmer. This is my meditation process that I do every day. And I learned this from the book again, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. This is exactly how I'm shifting my identity every day. And again, I'm willing to teach you this one-to-one coaching if you're willing to work 6 months with me to get to your dream results. I'm telling you, man, if I had this, I'd be paying that. Like $100 a week. I wasn't even supposed to tell you that. $100 a fucking week for 6 months to achieve your dream goals. Let's fucking do it, man. But here, I'm giving it to you for free. But I can help you keep it accountable. Here's my meditation process to shift my identity. Firstly, get into a comfortable position and start to meditate and focus on relaxing. So close your eyes, relax your shoulders, relax your breath, and just breathe and just relax. Just focus on calming down. Once you feel calmer and you feel more relaxed, begin by asking yourself, who am I if I was my dream self? What would that dream self feel? How would I feel if I right now had achieved my dream goals in life? How would I feel? And then begin to picture in your mind an image where you are in that dream self. And also begin to feel what that person would feel. Dwell in this feeling and image and make it as vivid as possible. So you're sitting again, eyes closed, and you're thinking. For me, something that looks like me achieving my dreams is me opening up my computer, going to my YouTube studio and seeing emails on my Notion mail, and the email says, new sale, new sale, new sale. I've just made $1,000 overnight. I go into my YouTube studio and I've just put in around 300-400 subscribers overnight. And then I feel, when I look at, when I'm thinking about that in my mind, I feel that person in that image feels, holy fucking shit, I can't believe it. I just made $1,000 overnight. I've got 500 subscribers. And then in that image, this is my meditation, I immediately call my dad and I tell him, Dad, guess what? I did this. I fucking achieved it. I achieved my goals. And I'm picturing this and I'm feeling this as well. And then I picture my dad telling me how proud he is of me. And then this is creating so many emotions and intensity in me. And this image is getting clearer and louder until when I'm finished with my meditation, I feel fucking incredible. I feel as if I have achieved that dream life today. And that's how you know that this meditation and this exercise has worked for you. The principles are, the less thinking you engage in, the more present and in the moment you will be. Meditating on a new, calmer, and ideal self will allow you to feel that right now. When you come to a calm state where you don't need anything, you will begin to attract everything and you will stop repulsing everything away from you. My recommendation, the Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, again by Dr. Joe Dispenza and a fellow YouTuber called Nero Knowledge. Highly recommend you check him out. Boys, if you need help, if you want to get into one-to-one contact with me, you want the next level access to resources, you want to ask me questions directly, request YouTube videos, ask me to rate your looks or give you advice on your physique, your fashion, your style, anything, join the free community, better learn, take the next step, invest in your own progress and your own education and self-development, and work with me one-to-one, and I will get you the results. If not, I will give you your money back. That's guaranteed. Wish to see you inside, man. I hope to see you inside, but that's the video. Yeah, that's pretty much the video. Have a good one, man. Take care.